Welcome back to another episode of the Owl Pod. I'm your host, David Litfin. Alongside me, my beloved co-host,
Amelia, right?
I see you already upset 30 seconds into this episode.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the side eye, but I thought we were bringing the energy, the holiday spirit, and you go, welcome back.
Okay, how would you like to introduce us to the audience?
I'll just bring the energy.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Owl Pod. It's another great week to listen to our voices.
It's the Owl Faithful, honestly. If you're listening to this, I'm just going to consider you the Owl Faithful because I think it's one of our last episodes of the semester.
And the year.
And we've been chugging along here. How many episodes do you think
we've
we
been
recorded?
going steady.
What do you got, 12, 13?
Something around that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, wow. So
It's been fun.
If you've been with us for that long, shout out to you. If you're just joining us, welcome.
Shout out to you as well.
But, we were looking through it, and there's not much action going on these days, but we'll do what we always do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll recap what's been going on, Temple Athletics, a little basketball, a little fencing. That's about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let's start it off with women's basketball, who had one game last week. They took on the Drexel Dragons in the Big Five Classic.
This was at Villanova, right?
Yeah, it was a whole weird thing.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Vibes were off immediately. They won this tournament last year, but
they've not been doing good away games, right?
we've struggled on the road, and obviously, if you follow women's basketball, there's been an injury to the lineup. Captain Tristan Taylor's out,
Key returner from last year.
key returner, and they just struggled, and they were down pretty big in this game. They chopped away late, but still fell to the Dragons 59-52. So a bit of a disappointing start to their season, especially on the road, as we've mentioned. But luckily, they have the chance to get back in the win column this week as they take on VCU on
home?
Saturday, December 13th. That is a home game.
That's what they need. They need to come home and get the energy back up, get 5-0 at home. That'd be great for them.
Let's get another home win, VCU. Fun fact, this coaching staff previously worked at VCU before coming.
That is a fun fact. I did not know that.
So this is a bit of a familiar foe, you could say.
How many of them do you know?
Definitely 3 or 4
oh, wow.
of
That's
the
crazy.
staff. So
this is
it's a familiar opponent, and hopefully the Owls get back in the win column.
For sure.
Over to men's hoops, we talked last week about the Big Five Classic and taking on St. Joe's in the third-place game, who we fond of St. Joe's on this podcast?
No, we say it. I feel like we say it honestly every week now, but everyone knows my stance on the Hawks. And
have we even gotten into that story or no?
We kind of did with Evan when he was like, "What's your greatest fear?" And mine was getting pushed and breaking your hand in the coldest game you've ever played in your life. Right. And that was against the Hawks, for those that don't know.
Right. I feel like we'll just get more into that as your season comes along.
Yeah, maybe when we play St. Joe's on the lacrosse field.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that's basically the story.
But there's much more to unpack.
For sure.
In my opinion. But anyway, men's basketball took on St. Joe's, and
it was a heartbreaker.
It was a good old-fashioned heartbreaker. Owls led by 2. It was a back-and-forth game for most of the competition. You could say evenly matched, and the Owls took the lead up 2 with about 7 seconds left. St. Joe's calls a timeout. They inbound the ball. This guy puts up no shade, just probably one of the luckier shots I've seen go in at the buzzer. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of had the feeling.
Wait, why are you giving no shade?
Because I just don't want to be like a sore loser. I'm an honorable loser. Like when you lose, I don't like the people that are like, "Oh, we would have won if that and that."
Okay, it was just
a lucky shot. The guy knows it. He threw it up, and might as well have his eyes closed because banked it in, and it was one of those things where you just saw it happen before it actually happened. I don't know if you had that experience before, but I was like, this is going to end terribly, and unfortunately, it did.
And did you cry about it? Because you sound really. No, he's been pretty sad about this.
It was one of those things where you watched it go in, and then you just immediately change the channel.
Turn off the TV.
I actually think I was watching Bama versus Georgia.
We're not talking about that today. Okay.
And I literally just, as soon as I saw it go in, I just immediately turned it off. Didn't want to see anything else. Just game off, and that was that. It was a heartbreaker.
Okay, but they bounced back, right?
They did. And you kind of expected them to against, was it Georgian
Georgian
Court
from New Jersey.
The old D2 opponent on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
What'd they win? Like 1,000 to 0. It was like
100 and something.
103 to 57, and our guy Connor Gal just
7 points in 2 minutes.
I mean, I'll just say like
he's him.
Let's put him in there a little bit earlier in the game, maybe. I mean, I'd like to see this guy get some runs.
Darian Ford also did pretty good.
Darian Ford had a game. He's just solid, a really solid player for the Owls. And, I know it's, not the greatest opponent, but let's just keep the momentum going. Let's stack these home wins.
Again, they needed that to get the energy back after a tough spring break, or not spring break, Thanksgiving trip.
Fall break, yeah.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, they'll play host to St. Francis. Another, this has got to be another win here at home. And then they'll take the road where they'll take on Davidson, who is off to a hot start. Fun fact, I actually have a really good friend who's on Davidson. So, despite my loyalties, he's actually my best friend. Despite my loyalties to my friend, I'm always about the Owls. So I'll be cheering for the Owls. Just wanted to put it out there. Davidson's a good team. So I think it's important for the Owls to get a W at home before taking the road and playing a competitive basketball team.
Speaking of basketball, I have something to ask you, David, that I didn't ask about before the pod. We've talked about Frames merch. Did you see the shirts that they made for him?
I did. I'm just going to say no comment.
Frames, for those that don't know, he is 6'7", and that is like a popular meme right now. And Temple put out shirts that it says 6'7" on it. So
yeah, if you'd like to hear my honest thoughts on that, you can message me, but I'm not going to put it on the podcast because this is Temple
too
Athletics.
Negative.
And
David's over that meme. He needs it to
over
go
it.
away
I was
forever.
never on it. Can't be over something you're never on.
True.
It feels like a Jalen Hurts quote. Don't get me started on him. Anyway, let's move on to fencing. I feel like fencing they're in season now. I feel like we're gonna be talking a lot of fencing.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're always active.
As we mentioned, they traveled up to the Sacred Heart Invitational where they went 3-1. And I feel like their only loss was to Yale. And I feel like the last two tournaments, they've
only had one loss.
They've only had one loss.
Yeah.
So I feel like reading between the lines, again, I'm no fencing expert. Don't pretend to be. 6-2 sounds like a pretty good start to me.
For sure.
Let's see how they continue to play. I think they have a couple weeks until their next competition as they go home for break. But again, I'm going off the composite schedule online.
Which
and
sometimes is not correct.
I mean, Temple Track knows sometimes those things don't exactly pop on there. But
that could be our foul, but
that could be.
We came up with something better.
We got a better foul. It's centered around accountability. Anyway.
I was about to say that. Oh, that's crazy.
That's all we have. I know it's short for the recap, but
we made it long like we usually do.
Yeah, for sure.
You got passionate about the basketball game. And
just a heartbreaker.
Okay, well, now what everyone's here for, our special guest, and they don't know his name yet. We've kept it a secret.
Yeah, it's definitely not in the title of the episode. If you clicked on this episode, like I always say, you might have came to listen to us, but you stayed for the special guest.
Mm-hmm. Learn more about a new Temple Owl.
A sport we haven't had on before.
Mm-hmm.
A sport that I'm curious to learn more about.
Me as well.
Let's welcome to the pod, Adam Curran.
Didn't have to work on the pronunciation of that name.
Did I say that right?
That was close enough.
My! I always mess it up. How do you say it? Is it Curran?
It's Curran.
Oh, so you actually did get it wrong.
What did I say?
You said Curran?
All right, so I did mess it up.
But it's okay.
It's Adam
it's okay.
Curran.
We'll move past it and we'll have a great session.
I feel like it wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't mess up the name.
It's a classic for him.
It's all good. I just want to say hi, Mom, hi, Dad, and you guys are listening. Hope you guys enjoy the Owl Pod.
There you go. That's a first.
Yeah, that's
love
fun.
Just right away, shout out the parents.
You guys are going to have 2 new listeners this week. So.
Yes, that's our favorite part. We get a couple new listeners from the parents.
Maybe like if we do a good enough job, like they'll listen even when you're
I don't know. They're pretty busy. So
they're busy. Never mind.
They're forced to listen this week.
I'm just kidding.
We appreciate your time then.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Curran.
And before we get into, we got a lot to talk about with crew. It's a busy team. And
did we reveal that he was on crew yet?
Yeah. I think
men's crew.
Good. Yeah.
So I did reveal that. I don't think you were paying attention.
Yeah, I don't listen to you a lot.
That's okay. So before we get into last season, it was a busy season. I believe it was probably one of the better seasons you guys have had. Definitely in your time. You're a senior right now.
Yeah.
So
Junior.
It's all right.
Strike two.
Yeah.
Strike 2. 3 and I'm out. So I got one more to play with. But okay, before we get into all that,
I knew this, but I totally forgot. You are from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Boom, yeah.
That is
out of the park.
That's got to be a first, not on the Owl Pod, but like, how many other Temple student athletes have you met from Oklahoma?
My brother actually goes here, but other than that, no.
That's it. I mean, I just think it's like fascinating. Like, we interview people from
All
other
over.
countries,
Yeah.
other states, but Oklahoma, for some reason, is just so, just like,
Foreign to me.
it's just foreign. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, how
it a
did
real
you?
place?
I don't hear it described as
How did-
fascinating very often or
No,
foreign,
it's just.
but
I think
Well,
it's.
yeah, it's definitely not
I'm very
fascinating.
curious to
Okay.
understand how you went from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and
Mm-hmm.
then Temple University.
So, I was in middle school, sucked at soccer, was terrible at basketball. I tried baseball for a year, it didn't work out. So, my parents had this rule that's like you have to participate in a sport as long as you're under this house. And
Wow.
so, they signed me up for rowing. They knew a couple other unathletic kids that had joined the team and thought I would be good at it. And hated it for 3 years. I decided I would try to do well in my last couple years, and then senior year decided to look into going to college for rowing, and talked to a few recruiters, came up with a few schools. I visited 3 of the Philadelphia schools, so Drexel, LaSalle, and Temple, and I liked Temple the best. And that's all shade to LaSalle and Drexel. It's beef.
Yeah,
love it.
we talk about hating Philly schools
Wait,
more than anyone else.
So can I just get this right? You hated your sport so much you wanted to do it in college.
So I
You
hated
don't hear
it.
that.
I hated it for the first 3 years, but I just had to stick with it. And then by that point, I was like, I had the foundation to do well, and I really just had to be. It had to be like a mental shift for me. I think it was just kind of growing up, maturing a little bit.
Yeah. By the way, Mom and Dad, I love that rule about.
I might
having a
have that
sport.
one in my household too.
That's great.
I mean,
It's great for development.
I agree. Like, I feel like I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything. Like, I feel like it just helped me become the person I am. So
Yeah, 100%. I love the sport. I mean, I think it's so important, and I think being a student athlete at Temple, something special about getting to know other student athletes like yourself. So, I definitely think sports has definitely shaped probably all 3 of our lives in one way or another.
For sure.
So you threw some shade at the other Philly schools. We'll always. I mean, Amelia and I don't know. I can't speak for Kevin. Obviously, we know Kevin has his own show. We love throwing shade at the other Philly schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So when you got to Temple, did that fuel the rivalry amongst I'm sure because you guys all row on the same water.
yeah. So we see these guys every day. I heard a quote or I guess you could call it just a random quote floating out there that, the smaller the difference is between different groups of people, the more they hate each other. So, all the teams, like we all have the same sport, we all row on the same river, see each other every day, but the rivalry is intense.
I love it. I mean, that fires me up, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys got to share that body of water, and the houses are kind of. I know ours is a little bit further. But for
All the other
most
ones are
part-
right next to each other, right?
Yeah. So we're on our own, but it's kind of like our own little domain. We
You
set
like
ourselves
better that
Be
apart.
way.
honest, do you like that, or do you wish you were kind of where where all the other houses are?
Our boathouse is amazing. I've seen some of the other boathouses on Boathouse Row. Not any specific teams, but I really like the facilities that we have, so
All right.
I wouldn't trade it.
All right, I like that.
That's a great answer.
I'm always curious about that because you guys are up by Strawberry Mansion,
Yeah.
and the other ones are kind of like near the city, and those just feel like a little bit more like they think they're like. I can already tell.
That's
they
like
think they're
that's like
better.
the
They think they're like
exactly.
their houses light up, and it's like our houses are like a little bit more north. They're beautiful, by the way, and like great house. I've never been inside, but just from the outside.
Maybe we'll get a tour. That'll be the next.
Honestly,
be
the
sick.
outside's
section.
nicer than the
That'd be
inside.
sick. But yeah, okay. So you got to Temple. I didn't realize you were junior. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were a senior.
It's all good.
Last season, I've been to a couple regattas, by the way.
I gotta go this year. That's one of the only sports I haven't
Great.
Love to
seen
see
in
you there.
action.
Great. Yeah, honestly, it's fun. Last year, following from, I would say like not afar, but just following teams. You guys won Dadville, which I know is a huge deal.
Yep.
Can you give the audience just an emphasis? I mean, not big of a big deal. My dad and mom live in London, and when you guys won Dadville, my dad texted me like, "Hey, did you see?" He sent me the article. I was like, whoa, like that. My dad loves following Temple sports, but if he sent me something, I'm like, okay, must be a big deal if he's checking in. Can you just give the audience a sense of how much that meant to the program and what that like win exactly means?
Yeah, so I'm glad your dad's staying tapped in with men's crew, but basically Dadvale's essentially what it boils down to for our team is competition for first place between Drexel and LaSalle and sometimes St. Joe's, sometimes some other teams, mostly Drexel, LaSalle, Temple, and so that rivalry is just really intense, and if you take first place, then you qualify your whole team to go to nationals, which at the end of the day, that's our goal, and do as best as we can, place as high as we can in the country. So in some ways, Dadvale's is the biggest date circled on our calendar, but and at the same time, it's also a stepping stone for furthering our program's goals.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's hard, like, as an athlete, like, when you have this date circled, but then there's hopefully a competition beyond that. Because I'm guessing for you guys, you know, both of our sports are aerobic based. I'm guessing there's and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to peak at the right time, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So for this competition, you have it circled. It's the biggest one. You're going against your rivals, but then hopefully you got to be ready to go again a couple weeks later. Talk about the preparation for Dadvale. How you guys did you feel there was a difference? Obviously, the team was great last year. Was there a difference in how you guys prepared the previous season that you think led to the success, or what do you think was really the?
I think the biggest difference was between my freshman year, which is we got third place, and then my sophomore year last year we got first. The biggest difference between those 2 years was just how bought in everyone was. So we had a new coach come in. It took some time getting used to him, and then we really pulled it together this year. A lot of the seniors and the older guys, the upperclassmen, last year took it upon themselves to hold themselves accountable over break and train really hard, and came back ready before the season even started to get to that next level.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Talk about winning, big deal. The next one's probably just as important. IRAs, which is basically the equivalent of the national meet, right? What was that experience like? I'm guessing that's probably the biggest meet your team has competed in a long time.
Oh, yeah. I think just in terms of college teams, definitely IRAs is the biggest thing we've done. I think that it's hard to stay hungry for it, and I think that we kind of saw that last year, but I also think that we have different goals this year as a team. So we want to improve upon how we did last year, and we know it takes that extra bit to buy in a little bit longer. You
got a taste of it last year. Like last year probably felt like winning Dadvale was everything, and then you got to IRAs, it felt like, oh, that's like the cherry on top. Whereas this year you're like, we want to win Dadvale again, and we want to go perform at IRAs. Is that kind of the mindset?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, like getting the taste of it, you want more. I'm guessing this season, kind of moving into the season, I want to touch on the Henley in a sec, but looking forward to the season now, you know, you talk about your goals. I'm guessing a couple other schools in the city are gonna have something to say about, you know, you guys winning Dadvale last year.
Oh, yeah.
How do you guys
Some trash talk?
How do you guys feel about defending that crown, and how's the preparation been in the fall? I know you guys do some competition in the fall, but really the spring's where it gets heated up for you guys.
So the biggest thing that we try to do is compare ourselves to ourselves. So I know it's a lame answer,
It's
but
like a Jalen Hurts quote there.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, this fall we performed better relative to ourselves, and we also performed better to how we did compared to other teams last year. So we frequently finished. Every time we finished ahead of Drexel, and then we closed the margins on LaSalle throughout the fall, and we got to a point where we were closer at the end of this fall than we were at the end of last fall. So feeling pretty optimistic about that.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it sounds like you guys are poised to have another great season. I guess for yourself now, becoming an upperclassman, can you talk about how you feel like your role on the team has shifted? Obviously, last year being a part of that special team, and now this year stepping into, I'm guessing, a more of a leadership role. What's that experience been like for you guys?
I think last year kind of saw this coming and just tried to stay as growth mindset on what we needed to do as a team to win. And then now I feel like it's more of trying to set the example and hold myself accountable to do those things and have the underclassmen see them and follow my lead.
Yeah.
We have a shout out for someone that set a good example.
Yeah. Speaking
right?
of good examples, my roommate, my buddy Jack Hansen, he's team captain. Rode 4 hours on the erg
make sure
straight.
you get that number right. I mean, I think
4 hours, 3 hours straight. Took a little break and then
That's
did another
crazy.
hour. So shout out to him. It was actually for our ergathon. If we want to
Yeah. Let's
tell
talk
us
about
what-
that.
what the
That was
ergathon
our
is.
next one. I'm glad you got that in there.
segue.
It's a great segue. Talk about the ergathon, what that is for your program, what that means for your program.
The Mike Mirabella Ergathon was started. It's named after Mike Mirabella, who is a Temple Crew alum, and he was. I think he started a charity to save money or raise money for autism awareness, and he unfortunately passed away. So the Ergathon was started in his honor, and so how it works is. It's on Giving Tuesday, so it already happened, but you guys can lock in for next year. But basically, we erg for 12 hours straight, and we take money from our alumni and other Temple fans who want to donate, and we split that money up. So I'm not sure exactly how, but the team gets some of the money, and then we give the rest of the money to a charity.
Oh, that's awesome. And 4 hours on the erg.
And 5 ergs going at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So like 60 slots total. We had about 40 guys participating. So,
It's
in the
crazy.
middle of the day, everyone had class. Jack picked up the slack. So I don't know if he's going to listen to this, but shout out
Yeah,
Jack.
4 hours is no joke. If anyone's ever been on the erg, your arms start to get sore after about 5 minutes. So
Did you guys used to do it on campus? Or
Yeah, so we usually do it in the middle of campus, but
Oh, yeah,
the
okay.
weather was so bad that
It's too cold outside.
It was like the day where it was like half snow, half rain all
Yeah.
day. It was pretty bad.
all right, so I got more of a before we get into my question. That's a little bit more of like how do you do your sport, because
Yeah.
it's definitely
complicated.
a mental grind. I want to just I'd be remiss if we didn't touch on the Henley, because that felt like a really big deal for the program and obviously a great experience to go overseas. Can you talk about first what the Henley is and then the experience of actually going over to England and competing in that?
Yeah, so the Henley is one of the oldest races in the world, rowing races. It's also the one with the most tradition. So it's in Henley-on-Thames, which is in the UK. It's very British. If you want to get into the spectator stands, you have to have a suit and tie on if you're a guy, dress if you're a lady. And but it's just as crazy as you could imagine. It's very colorful. The town gets filled up with all rowers. It's very cool. And the racing is extremely competitive. So we got to participate in some top-notch races, and we got to see the best of the best compete.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a fabulous experience. I think what I took away most is you guys got some pretty cool
jackets.
coats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got. I mean,
Very dapper.
I don't know about the colorway. They're pretty garish, but they're bright red with white trim on them. But
They're pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I'll take it. They're
David
pretty sweet.
wants
They're pretty
one.
sweet.
They're sweet, man.
They've
I
got-
wouldn't be complaining if one of those showed up in my locker.
No. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't complain.
if
But
Liz is
they're
listening.
pretty cool. I mean, they're meant to be bright and a little excessive. So.
In your face.
Yeah.
I mean, respect. I get it. So
This isn't a thing you guys do every year, though, right?
No,
you had to
this
qualify
so
for this.
the reason why we went this year is because we won Dad Vales. So that was a team goal. It was if we win Dad Vales, we'll take a boat to Henley, and we actually got lucky enough to take the varsity 8 and the varsity 4. So we got 12 rowers and 2 coxswains there instead of just 8 rowers and 1 coxswain. So we got a good amount of the team there.
that's incredible. Is that something that you would look to do again, or is that once every couple of years?
I think well, I've heard rumors that, if we win Dad Vales again, it's going to happen again. But realistically, I wouldn't. I called it a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If I get the blessing to do it again, then I would love to.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, I feel like your sport is unique in the fact that it feels like you're, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're on the erg more than you're actually on the boat in the water.
Yeah, probably.
So how does that exactly work? I mean,
Also, can you explain what that is? Like, what's the difference of training?
The erg is like it's kind of hard to describe. It's an indoor rowing machine. So I don't know if you guys have seen it in the gyms, but basically you sit down on it, you come up and you grab the handle, and then you squeeze your legs and hold onto the handle and lean back. That's a simplified way of explaining it. Essentially, the erg is what we do when we can't go in the water. So it's how we build fitness, and it becomes really important in the winter for obvious reasons. But that's when our peak training volume is, and then the fall is more spent getting back into shape over the summer and kind of technical education, I guess you could call it. So bringing in the freshmen, teaching them how we want them to row, and then getting them together in the boats. And then the spring is, it starts off a little bit like sharpen up on the water with the technique, and then it becomes competition on the water every single day, whether it's against your teammates in the beginning of the spring or against other crews in the rest of the spring.
Yeah, so I guess more of a personal question. How do you exactly, I mean, I don't know how long the average workout is on the erg, but how
they're not all 4 hours like Jack's.
No.
My sport is aerobic, but I mean, at least for the most part, unless you're on the treadmill, like you're moving, you can see different things. It's a lot more easy to get distracted. You get in that flow state. How do you get into a flow state on the erg? Is it music? Is it a podcast?
The Owl Pod.
What do you do?
Yeah, so usually we get the big speakers in the PAV and we put on the Owl Pod, but sometimes
I like this.
But sometimes we also listen to like music. We have a position on our team, so a lot of teams have captains. So we have 2 captains, but we also have a Commodore, and the Commodore is in charge of he's like the vibes captain.
Oh, that's hilarious!
So
I like that.
Our Commodore,
It's a
shout
real
out Stephen Gloyd.
Commodore.
He basically gets us excited for our community service, and he's also responsible for the music in the PAV, which is where we work out, and our locker room, and any other place we might have music. So
that's a great
it's
role.
a position that comes with a lot of power. So you have to be
Set the
careful
tone.
who you
How does that
elect.
person get selected?
So we have elections at the beginning of every fall, so every school year.
So he's going to serve.
He's
both
serving,
semesters.
yeah.
Wow, the Commodore. So you learn
That's a
something
good
new. I love
name.
this. Is this normal for a crew team to have this position?
I'm not sure. I've never had a Commodore on any. I've never heard of that before, but
Yeah, I love it.
sounds
it makes
awesome.
it even better. It's
Yeah,
like unique
it's
to
a temple. It's a temple thing.
yeah,
That's
I guess
great.
so.
And I guess last thing we'll touch on before we get into our fun little segments that we have. I know most years or every year you guys take a spring break trip to kind of work. I guess it's a huge opportunity to train somewhere a little bit warmer, get ready for the season. Can you talk about what that trip means for your team and also for the upcoming season? I know it's usually is it a high pressure week. It means a lot.
So
Talk about that experience.
It's nice. It can feel like a vacation sometimes, but then you quickly are reminded that it's not. So we go down south, where it's a little bit warmer, to Clemson, and we basically practice 2 or 3 times a day, every single day. It's either rowing, eating, or sleeping. So it's intense, but I think the fact that you're there with, our team, we have a big team of 40 guys, and it feels like summer camp basically. So it's hard in some ways, but it's really fun in others.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast.
And is that in like the middle of your season, or is that?
So it's after we do the most of our winter break training, and then basically spring break kicks off our on the water rowing, and then the rest of the season goes after that.
Okay, so it's an important week for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I certainly feel educated and prepared for the upcoming crew season.
I'm excited.
By the way, you can bet your bottom dollar. You come on the podcast when your sports in season. We'll be talking about you guys. We'll be on the lookout. So
Sweet. I'll tune in for sure.
That's all great stuff. Let's pivot. Amelia, you want to take it away from here? Give our audience a little taste of what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, everyone knows that this is my favorite section. Temple Takes is a section that me and Dave created, and we basically just come up with a category for each week to keep it exciting. And this week we're doing holiday themed. So we tried to get like a good mix of everything, but yeah, holiday, Christmas, break.
Yeah, and we'll say if it's overrated or underrated.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we'll give an explanation, and sometimes we'll just leave it at what it is.
Yeah, and sometimes me and David argue immensely about it, and sometimes we agree. Depends on the day. Rarely agree, yeah. All right, what do we want to start with? We got a pretty good list this week.
Let's start with the top line here.
Okay, Christmas music.
Let's let our guest kick it off.
So do I suggest like a Christmas song in particular, or do I just say like Christmas music in general is overrated or underrated?
Mm-hmm. Yes. You could say like maybe a favorite song if you have one off the dome.
I'm gonna have to say underrated, just because I don't think it could ever be overrated. I think Christmas music, it just sets the tone for the holiday. I'd have to say Charlie Brown Christmas is my number one album, no skips.
No skips.
Wow, that's crazy.
This one's hard for me because it's not overrated until you start playing it like way too early. You know what I'm saying?
Some people start it like before Thanksgiving, which is crazy.
Yeah. I think like there's a right time for Christmas music, and when it's on, I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. For that, I'll say it's underrated. But be careful, guys. Like, don't start playing this too early, because I will get sick of it.
That's true. I've been in a Dillard's before, and it's just like mind numbing. The Christmas music playing.
And I will say, like, a couple years ago when Jordan Mailata, Jason Kelsey got together and released that Christmas album,
that's a great one.
Talk about no skips. That was pretty awesome.
Okay, I'll be different here. I'm gonna go overrated, just because I'm kind of thinking like when I get in the car, when I put on my headphones, like, I don't think I've ever been like, oh, I'm going to play a Christmas song. Like, if I'm maybe, like, baking Christmas cookies, I'll throw on some Christmas music. But I'm not, like, walking to class listening to Christmas music. So I like it in the moment, but I'm not going out of my way to listen to it. Stop rolling your eyes at me, David.
I mean, it's just like you're trying to be different. And
it's the truth,
that's the explanation you came up with. That's okay.
It's valid.
Let's go to snow. This is a good one. Snow.
We all might have different answers here.
I'm gonna call it overrated. I think it's worth more trouble than the beauty.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Snow it's actually so overrated. It's not even funny. It's good for about under 10 minutes. Taking the under, honestly. Maybe 5 minutes. It's like, oh, it's cool. Then it just becomes a pain in the you know what. And I think it's just one of the more overrated things. Like, especially people that have like never seen snow, they think, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing."
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I feel like you came here and never seen snow before.
Actually, in like 5th grade, there was like a snowpocalypse, and it literally snowed like half an inch, and all the schools were shut down.
In Georgia?
It was such a small amount. It was so funny.
Snow's overrated.
We like got locked into school and stuff. It's like up here, you guys do it every day.
I know you're gonna say underrated too.
I have like my mind is going 2 different ways, because like snow in the city is like honestly disgusting, and people just like drive crazy, like it turns brown, like it's not fun. But I think like when I go to my friend's house or something and they're like a little bit farther from the city, it's like it's so pretty. It's like quiet, the sound like doesn't bounce off. No, snow is like
it absorbs sound.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go underrated just because I think it's pretty.
Okay.
And I didn't experience it a lot. God forbid.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I'm predictable at this point.
All right, this next one's good. Real or fake Christmas tree? All right, I guess it's not like overrated. It's just pick.
Yeah, which one? I've never had a real Christmas tree.
I'm team real, but my mom's allergic, so we always go fake.
So you want to like go and chop one down?
I mean,
like,
we would usually just buy a pre-chopped, I guess. But you know, maybe one day we could go chop. Like I could go chop it down, and that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was a real going around my whole life. This is the first year we've done fake. I just like a real Christmas tree. The smell of it is great. Just like sometimes the fake ones you can like see the pole in the middle. Just I don't know. Fake Christmas trees, they're not it. I like a real one. You gotta hang the lights on by yourself. You know, you're putting on the ornaments and you get that like whiff, and you get the little like leaves. They're not leaves, you know what I'm talking about. They fall off. I just feel like
and they get everywhere, do they not?
Yeah, that's all right.
That's the magic of Christmas.
A real Christmas tree, and you got to shave the top part. I mean,
Why do you have to shave the top part?
Now you're making it sound. You're making it sound overrated.
Yeah, it sounds like a hassle. Like I'm not gonna lie. I've never experienced it, so
right,
as I said,
so we know where your take's going.
The Christmas purists know what's up.
I'm going fake, but it might just be because convenient. And my mom's probably rolling her eyes because I'm always at school, so I never help her like do the Christmas tree and stuff. So maybe I shouldn't keep talking about this topic. But it always looks great when you do it, Mom. You're really good at it, so I don't want to get in your way.
Way to cover it up there. That's good. All right.
I don't know if this one you'll like. I don't know if everyone does this, but like when I was a kid, like opening presents early in the morning was like we were getting up at like 6 a.m. to do it. Like, is that a common
Yeah,
thing?
no, I mean, I remember not being able to sleep the entire night before
Uh-huh.
and waking up early. But I'm going to have to go overrated because I'm an
Whoa.
adult now. And I can sleep in. I want to sleep in, you know?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Definitely overrated. I think me and my brother are now like both grown, I guess you could say. And we did not open our presents last Christmas until like 2 p.m. Like we were up at 10, we were up at 9. We just didn't care.
I'm reliving the glory days. This is underrated. I feel like there's nothing like waking up early.
running down the
You
stairs.
sprint down the stairs. Your jaw's on the floor. Oh my god. Cookies have a bite. I mean, look, it's just that's underrated.
Who's eating the cookies? Like you
I'm
probably
saying,
now?
like, you used to think like
Santa.
was eating the cookies, but it was just your mom or dad. It's like fine. I think it's underrated. I like early morning presents. The rest of the day, you're like hanging out with the fam.
Okay, so
That's
far we have
valid.
not agreed on one.
That's okay. To be expected.
All right, next one, like crazy outdoor lights. This is also another like kind of tradition in my family. Like after we go to church on Christmas or Christmas Eve, like drive around and see all the crazy like rich families that have the crazy lights. So I'm going underrated. I think that is like such a fun thing.
How crazy are we talking?
Oh, like we go to like the mansions. They're crazy.
No, but
like not blow ups crazy, but lights crazy,
Yeah,
and then the
I like-
arches over the streets.
lights are underrated. Blow-ups are overrated, but the lights are cool.
Do not get my family started on blow ups because one of our neighbors has like actually 100, and my mom's like,
Yeah,
Every time she
I
drives
like
past.
Christmas lights, but the second we start putting blow-ups on the yard,
They're a little tacky.
Lights are classy.
kind
Mhm.
of out on blow-ups.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to say they're perfectly rated. I don't know. I don't have
That's a
too,
good answer.
Mhm.
That's
Too much
that's
of
a
an opinion.
veteran answer.
It's a cop out, but I've seen some awesome Christmas light displays, and I've seen some really bright and hard to look at ones. So
That,
I'm gonna say perfectly
that might be the
rated.
first time we've had a guest who's just like we've said rated before, but like that's a stand-up answer. I can respect that.
He's changing the game.
Changing the game
Like Curry.
for future, for future podcast guests.
Yeah, he's leaving his mark.
This next
Take
one,
notes.
This next one, I have a hard time even reading it because I think it's so disgusting. But go ahead.
Next one, eggnog.
Ugh.
Do you want to go first since you're like
I had
throwing
it,
up?
I had it once. It was just
What age did you have it?
not that long ago.
Oh,
I had the Wawa eggnog.
you love Wawa
From
though.
the car. I love Wawa, but the eggnog was foul. Talk about our foul. This would be a foul.
Well-
It's so thick, and it feels like you drink it, you're just putting cement in your stomach. That's how I would describe
Wow.
it.
I've never heard that said about eggnog before. I think I had this for the first time this weekend, actually. I don't remember ever having it any other time, but I liked it, but I'm not going to go out and buy it at the store and like have a glass with my cookies or anything. So I'm going overrated as well.
So this one's hard for me. So I like eggnog. We have really good dairy in Oklahoma. Shout out Brahms, if you know, you know.
Our
And-
guest
Who will
definitely
know?
But eggnog is something that my family buys like starting after Thanksgiving and buys every single week until
Oh, wow.
Christmas. So
Oh, wow.
but I'm not that into
I
it.
don't-
So
I don't
I'm gonna have
think
to
your
say
parents- I don't think your parents are gonna be listening after.
I'm gonna have to say overrated.
All right.
Well, it's just because we haven't had the Oklahoma one yet. Like,
Maybe that Oklahoma eggnog.
We need Brahms.
Yes.
Brahms will change
Brahms.
my mind.
yeah.
No, I will say we had a fantasy football punishment a couple years ago. If you lost, you had to do an eggnog 2 mile.
It's like
And the
probably
person,
so easy for you.
no, like you had to drink eggnog
Like how many intervals? I'm curious. We did a milk mile one time.
every half mile. So that's
Yeah.
4 12-ounce glasses of eggnog. The person didn't do it.
That's pretty
because
bad.
Person didn't do it. They tapped out.
After how many
They didn't
glasses?
even get to the line.
Oh come
It was,
on.
It was straight fear.
Ugh.
Yeah, we gave him a lot of crap for that. But
Yeah, that's terrible. All right.
milk miles are fun though.
Fun.
I don't know.
Done a couple of those in my day.
Yeah, you're crazy. Let's finish it off strong. I guess this is holiday drink, right? Or just like a winter drink. Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa really needs no introduction. You know,
That was smooth. Wow.
That was
you're
really
playing
smooth.
outside. It's cold. You come inside. There's some hot cocoa waiting for you. I think there's nothing better. I'm gonna say underrated.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's probably a skill issue on me, but I just like
You hate any beverage that isn't like water or
I
Powerade.
can't do hot drinks. Like I just can't. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink hot
You
cocoa.
say it every week.
I just I just can't do something that's gonna like if I taste it, I have to like brace myself. You know what I mean?
Wait, you don't do tea, right? Or do you do tea?
No, I don't do tea.
So you don't like that like warm feeling when you've just
No.
been
What
cold
about
out
soup?
all day?
I hate soup.
Really?
What is wrong with you?
I hate anything
Oh,
that's
no.
hot. Like if I'm drinking something, I would rather it be filled to the brim with ice than it to be hot. Like,
Yeah, last week you talked about your passion of ice.
I love ice and I love like cold beverage. Hot beverages, I can't. The only hot beverage I will drink is warm apple cider, and it has to be from Franklin Fountain, which I know sounds ridiculous, but that's the only place
Bougie.
I've ever had.
Yeah, that's random.
I've never
Paul.
had any hot apple cider from any other place besides that place. And they didn't serve it like piping hot. It was like warm, so it was fine.
Oh my gosh. So you can't call it hot cider. It needs to be warm cider then.
Okay, hot cocoa, I'm not drinking it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Get you some warm cocoa.
Now you made me mad, so I just want to keep disagreeing with you. Hot cocoa, underrated. I love a warm beverage after you come out and it's freezing. It's like 28 degrees here, and it just warms up your heart.
You know what it is? I like to like so Jackie, if she's listening, she's not gonna agree with this, but like I like to chug beverages. Like
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
I'm not supposed to do it, but I cannot sip on something. So like you can't chug hot cocoa. You're gonna like burn your esophagus. So like
It's part of the fun. It's like a game.
Sometimes you gotta savor things, you know.
see,
Slow
that's-
down.
It's a
Smell
problem.
the
It's a
roses.
problem.
Yeah. Enjoy the moment, David.
My European teammates tell me that all the time. All right.
Wow, that
Temple
was
takes is good. That was good. Learned a lot. Disagreed a lot. It's fun though. It's fun. Let's move Al or Foul. Last segment of the day. My favorite segment. Al, give us the rundown.
Oh yeah, my classic line. So the owl is going to be something that is soaring up currently in Temple Athletics, Temple University, Philadelphia Greater Region. And
That's new.
the foul is going to be something that needs to be worked on. And I missed my line.
I
Oh
was
my
gonna say, I
gosh.
can't believe this.
I'm all over the place today. The owl, as I did say, I said it was soaring upwards, but I was too busy about the area. SOAR, shout out to SOAR, the American Conference mascot.
Only conference.
With a mascot.
Did
Period.
Did you catch the American Conference Championship game?
No, actually I did.
I didn't see Soar in attendance. Now that doesn't mean he wasn't there, but I didn't see him, and I was a little disappointed. I thought I was waiting for him.
Imagine they like removed him as a mascot, and we just keep talking about him every single
couldn't
week.
do that. They couldn't do
They
that.
couldn't
First
take him away.
movers in a competitive market. Let's get a mascot for the conference. It's good stuff.
We could talk about Tulane, but we're not gonna.
We could talk about that game, which was, I don't know. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this. It was probably the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my life. So if you
No
wanna,
comment.
you want to take that out, you can. But that was a joke.
Owl or foul? You got the owl this week.
Owl. Sources are telling me there was pizza in Resnick.
You didn't get any?
Did not. Doesn't make it not
Sources,
now.
aka me and Adam.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I
true.
feel like that's a staple. Like at
Yeah.
the end of every semester, there's gonna be pizza in Resnick.
It fuels us up for finals.
Usually someone puts it in a group chat. Pizza in Resnick. Just quick message. Didn't get the text.
I think they post on Instagram. You gotta get
I love
active on
pizza in
the
Resnick. It's just good vibes.
Philly style. Yeah, I love square pizza. That's a fun fact about me. I think it tastes better when it's in a square.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like Philly style. It's good. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
All right.
We
Foul.
got it twice yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
For shout out leadership. Shout out Alyssa.
Shout out Alyssa.
Yeah. Okay. Foul. This week, this is gonna be a different one for us. We've never done something like this. The foul is Amelia and David.
Yeah.
We've been not doing our best. The past 2 weeks we've been doing late podcasts, and we're sorry, guys.
We've just been off our game a little bit.
Yeah, we've been busy with finals.
We can make excuses about finals. We can make excuses about whatever, but
Yeah, but you guys don't deserve
you
the
deserve
excuses.
better, and I think we can both say we're gonna do better.
Mhm.
And next
New year,
couple
new
weeks-
us.
Next couple of weeks, we're gonna be home for break, but we might put together a little Zoom podcast.
No, I need a break from you, David. No,
Whatever it takes to get the Owl Faithful what they deserve, which is a podcast every week. So we'll make that happen one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the foul this week is our lack of organization and just an overall disappointment.
Yeah, but we're taking accountability, and we're gonna be better for you
What do
guys.
expect from us? Accountability.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Adam. Just crushed 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Light work.
Thanks for having me.
Follow Temple Crew.
Oh yeah.
And good luck this upcoming
And
season.
follow what else?
Follow the Owl Podcast on Instagram.
Yes.
Fire in those direct. If you made it this far in the episode, just go ahead and DM us and just say, hey.
Tell us some comments. What do you
Just
want
hey.
us to put on the
Hey,
overrated,
made
underrated?
it through the episode. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Just all you got to do. DM, fire in.
If you
at
want
the All
to
Podcast.
throw some shade about some of David's answers.
Mom, Dad, I expect to see you in there.
Yeah,
we'll be checking
fire
out.
in the DM. Yeah, if you don't agree with my answers, come tell me. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Anyways, happy holidays, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Temple students, enjoy your break, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Go Owls.
Go out.